Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan arrived in Washington, D.C. for his meeting with Donald Trump. A first for the two presidents, and a difficult one. Topping the agenda, the war in Syria and the fight against terror groups.
We support Turkey in the first fight against terror and terror groups like ISIS and the PKK and ensure they have no safe quarter.
Notably, one group not mentioned, the YPG. The U.S. had recently agreed to supply additional and new weapons to the group for the fight against Daesh. This move came as a shock to Turkey, as it considers the YPG the Syrian branch of the PKK terror group.
It doesn't matter what country supports the YPG. Any support for terror groups are against international agreements. Let it be known that whichever country lends support to the group considers them as a legitimate party and is violating international agreements.
However, according to Turkish sources, Washington and Ankara are discussing what Turkey views as essential measures for closer cooperation. The U.S. agrees to increase its efforts on gathering intelligence about PKK operations and shares intelligence with Turkey. The U.S. is giving Turkey assurances that Raqqa is going to be governed by locals and Arabs and not by Kurds or the YPG. Finally, the U.S. will not voice any objections over Turkey's demands to clear the northern Iraqi city of Sinjar of any PKK presence. The extradition of Fethullah Gülen, the man Turkey says was the mastermind of last year's failed coup attempt, was also a topic of discussion. President Erdoğan used the meeting at the Oval Office to reiterate Turkey's stance.
I have been very frank in communicating our expectations with regards to the FETÖ terrorist organization and their involvement in the failed coup in Turkey on July the 15th.
This was perhaps U.S. President Donald Trump's toughest meeting yet with a foreign leader, an attempt to restore relations with an important NATO ally after they soured under the previous Barack Obama administration. And while no concrete assurances were officially announced to appease Turkey's concerns, President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan leaves the White House with the hope that the discussions behind closed doors will help turn the tide. Ali Can Ayanlar, TRT World, Washington.